Andrew Luck's going to be a commander.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim Irsay said, "Hey, brother, anybody that's doing any luck talk needs to do some fuck off." I love everything about Jim Irsay saying. Is that right? That's what they're doing? Because I've come on this program and I've been like, yeah, 2 teams called me to come punt and kick for him, and Jim Irsay's like, brother, they're not allowed to do that. Andrew Luck, a little bit different. Yeah. Andrew Luck, if he's coming back playing football, he's playing for the Colts. Are they the only team that reach out to Andrew Luck, or how does that even go? They have to reach out to his agent, you think, and then they can just act like they never did it? Or how's the tampering process work behind the scenes, Ian? Because I assume it's happening all the time.
Yeah. Right, and, well, I don't know about that, but, like, first of all, his agent...
What are you talking about?
Andrew Luck's agent...
Combine literally just became tampering period.
Yeah,
like tampering happens all the time, does it not?
Right,
Tom
and
Brady
I think
just happens.
Usually
Just found
people
out
are sort
about
of
it,
like
at least.
on the same page about this, you know, like where like teams can sort of like not tamper because they would never do that, but say to an agent like, hey.
Well, the Miami Dolphins actually did tamper. They offered ownership to a quarterback in their division, lost a first-round pick this year.
31 first-rounders this year.
And you're telling me with Lamar, not one guy with Lamar was like, hey, just think about this. You could come play here.
They were allowed.
Oh, okay.
Lamar was allowed because he was not under contract, and he basically had permission to get.
I cut you off, though, because you were saying that never happens because you work for the NFL. You have to say that.
No.
It does happen. It actually literally just happened with the greatest player of all time just a few weeks ago. Hey, back to your point, though.
Right.
Andrew Luck's agent.
Yes. Andrew Luck's agent, who I don't think is an agent anymore, but basically, like the one thing about that Irsay said, which either is not accurate or I didn't know, was that he said you can't reach out to someone close to Luck. Because I sort of thought you could, but maybe not.
Oh, you're smarter than Irsay. Why don't you drive down to his house?
Yeah, he should.
I was going to tell him.
He's got new hair, so be careful.
He does have
What?
a dye.
It's
What do you mean he has new hair?
He was a character in a movie.
Yeah.
Just a new haircut. It looks sweet.
It's unbelievable. He took Flamin' Hot Cheetos and rubbed it all over his head.
And there's a chance he
That
did.
was the inspo. I don't know if he actually took the
That's what
Cheetos.
Connor
He looks
said.
great as a ginger, though. I will say that. Unbelievable.
Hell yeah. Shout out Andy.
It is
What is
interesting to
tampering,
me,
though?
in all seriousness.
Good call. Good question. Ian?
Like Ian, okay? Let's say someone's on a ski lift. You're a skier. Let's say you're riding a ski lift somewhere in some fancy place, and you see a big, tall giant that looks like Andrew Luck.
What was the golf course? What, just a year ago?
Oh, yeah.
2 years
ships
ago.
passing in the night.
Just 2 ships.
Yeah.
Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Elway.
Elway was out there.
Aaron and Elway on the same golf course. That was a big story.
Yeah.
We actually had
Is that
somebody.
tampering?
AJ, you remember somebody actually reached out to us. I'm not going to say who it was, from what team or what representative, and said, "Hey, can't be.
Do not mention this, please.
Cannot be talking like they want on a meeting there. Yeah, can't be doing that because I guess that would be tampering. But golf course, big place.
I'm sure I know who called you. But
Well, now you just said that, too. McVay and Stafford in Cabo.
Yeah, they're on vacation
they
together.
were, yeah.
In the same exact area.
Yeah.
And then
Tampering.
Stafford casually goes
Shout
to
out
that
Coonan.
team.
Yep. Shout out Coonan. Shout out Jay Glazer. Cannonballed into.
Shout out Andrew Whitworth, who got Jay Glazer to go because he didn't want to go because he just broke up with his now
Fiance.
wife.
Shout out. They married
Shout out Drew
officially?
Brees.
I don't know.
Shout out Strahan.
Shout out Strahan.
Shout out Fox NFL Sunday. What's going on?
No, I say, are they
Terry
married?
Bradshaw.
Yeah, that I mean,
Shout out Terry Bradshaw.
if there was ever going to
Jimmy
be a thing with, like, I assume
Menifee.
that would have been one.
Howie Long.
But like, I think
Strahan.
what happened with the Lions and Stafford, the Lions had sort of agreed that Stafford would be going somewhere.
Okay.
So the fact that it was facilitated and then the trade ended up being like pretty fair, and actually probably even more fair than we realized at the time because Jared Goff most certainly does not stink anymore.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Never stunk.
No, but people were real down on him, including.
He's gonna make it $30-some million a year.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he has done quite well.
That was the big part of the trade, is that the Lions picked up his contract.
Yeah, and he did stink year one. People forget that because he had such a good
Yeah,
year
and the
last
Lions
year.
didn't
And the
stink.
team-
Yeah, exactly.
No,
The team around
You know what I
him
mean?
were
The
really
Lions didn't stink.
It was
So
crazy to me. Like I remember asking.
we're golf fans, by the way.
Yeah.
Love him.
good. The golf course? Are you kidding me?
But the golf course is a place where people can tamper, just like vacation in Cabo, I guess. What is the rules? You're not allowed to talk business, but who knows if you do or not?
What if you say, Ian? What if you got off the lift and you saw Andrew like, hey man, you think you look like you could still play? And he's like, yeah, I don't know, maybe I could slang it a bit. Is that tampering? If it was a coach or someone else, another team?
I don't think so, because really the question is someone going to charge you with tampering? Like, is someone going to say like
Who can charge you? Another team would have to bring it to the
another
attention
team
of the league.
or either the team that has him or the team that wanted him?
Okay,
Right.
so the Patriots had to press charges on the Dolphins.
Or is that the NFL?
How'd they get caught? Who snitched?
I'm not sure about that.
Like Ishbia came out and said, I don't want Jokic to be suspended.
Yes.
And Adam Silver could go, hey, we don't give a fuck what you want.
Yeah.
Okay, this is, like, you don't want to press charges. Cool. This is the NBA world here. This is not your whole thing. We're hoping it doesn't happen. I don't know if that was an awesome moment. We need more of those moments with owners and players. We don't want
Ishbia was just holding on to the ball.
Yeah. And then he flopped.
He flopped big time.
Nice flop.
His former
Beautiful
basketball.
flop.
Ishbia is awesome, dude. Actually,
He's a weapon.
Shams gave me Ishbia's number whenever we were out in Phoenix for Nikki Skates' thing. I texted him whenever we went to the arena. He was not in town. I had not texted him since then.
Yes.
All I did was text him last night, dog, at like 2:33 a.m. whenever I got it. This morning, laughing response to it or whatever. Happy our guy's going to win is all he cared about. But to your point, though, you said like, because AJ asked there, so a team would have to like press charges almost and say, hey, you're tampering with our
think
guy?
That they could, it's a case.
So Irsay was telling the Commanders,
Right.
just a heads up,
Yeah.
we will.
Yeah, we're coming.
Is that what he's saying?
Good.
If I thought it was interesting that Irsay is so protective. Like Andrew
Gave him $25 million to not play. He gave him $25 million in future earnings.
That is a good point.
To not play. So like, because I think he thought he was going to come back. I think Jim thought that Andrew Luck, maybe a year, maybe two, get healthy.
Gave him the money.
Good faith.
Hey, you know what I mean? So now that he's here and other teams are calling him, bro, whoa, pards.
Yeah. Right.
Just a little heads up to everybody. So it would have to be Jim being pissed.
Yes.
So like for Tom Brady with the Dolphins, that had to be Bill and Kraft being pissed.
Or the league itself being like catching wind of it and being like,
Can't happen.
This cannot happen.
Well, and like Kraft, yeah, they could be pissed and Bill for sure, but at least they had that success. Like for Luck and Irsay, basically when Luck stopped playing, though, no, but when Luck stopped playing,
Why you gotta bring that up?
Because what happened with the team after Luck stopped playing? Like if you were to add, and we have talked about this before, that Jacoby Brissett year, that Phillip Rivers year, that first year of Carson Wentz, if you were to sub Andrew fucking Luck into those teams with that offensive line, with that running back, with some of the weapons they had, probably add one or two because people would most likely want to play with Andrew Luck. Yeah. You could make the argument like, hey, the Colts definitely could have gone to a Super Bowl, definitely some conference title games if he stuck
we
around.
were promised.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He
Jim's like, you guys are judging me on a much different time. We had a once-in-generational, brother. We had two generations covered. We had Peyton, then we had Luck. Our team has not been good since, AJ. I mean, it has been tough to do, but like, if Andrew is still playing with the Colts, it's worth saying, Colts are in this AFC conversation.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what the team looks like around them, AJ.
Andrew was so good. Andrew was so good.
Did you play
I
against
had
him?
So much respect. Yeah, I did. And I love, like, what a big, goofy bastard in a great way. Like, just such a big, meatheaded. He's a great mixture of, like, a meathead, tough guy, but also super weirdly smart. And you knew, like, it felt like he was 3 steps ahead of you. He really did.
Yeah, he was like a Rain Man type when it came to the brain. Like, he was so smart, loved football so much, respected football so much, refused to take care of himself on the field. Like, hey, don't take those hits. That's not football.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need you not to die. Oh, was this this was the Chuck Strong game?
AJ.
Wow.
Was this the Chuck Strong game?
Yeah, I think it was actually, yeah.
You guys had to lead at halftime. We came out second half. I think Gerard Powers got a pick in like first drive in the third quarter. Then Reggie got a touchdown, I think. Reggie took game ball down to Chuck's hospital. I didn't know you were playing for the Packers still at that time. Big time game in the history of old Indianapolis Colts.
I was there.
I remember.
Everybody was there, I think.
No, I actually was there.
No, I think like media.
What is that?
It was
Big
a
deal.
Huge game.
Oh, because it was
Chuck's first game.
Right. And I remember seeing Irsay with a football head into a limo or something like that, and they were like, "Don't tweet about this. Don't," because they wanted to like. You know,
But he literally just got done in the locker room saying, "I'm taking this ball."
right, but we didn't know that. So they were like, "Let him do it, so Chuck doesn't find out." Like on Twitter.
On the internet, yeah.
That was a cool time there. That was a really cool time.
Probably a crazy time for you guys.
Chuck's first year as a head coach. So this staff was brand new. Bruce Arians becomes head coach, right?
Was his first year?
First year, yeah, 212.
Jeez.
That's how he says it, 212. Who's here in 212? That's how Chuck always said it. 212, because we were 32 out of 32. Bruce Arians was the interim head coach or whatever, and that was my first time getting to meet Bruce Arians. Always been a fan of Bruce Arians because he was with the Steelers, so I'd known of him, but that was my first time watching him. All those coaches brand new to the facility. All those coaches brand new. And Chuck, we had an early bye week, like maybe week 5, week 6, I forget what it was. his wife Tina forced him to go get checked out because he had bruises. He never came back until like week 17 or whatever. We played the Texans, I think. We get a win, go into the playoffs, end up going to the AFC Championship.
Is that the fight?
I think so.
2012?
No, we lost to Baltimore.
Because Bruce Arians didn't.
Yeah, he got sick.
Yeah, he didn't coach in the
and
Baltimore
couldn't
game.
call plays.
Day of game, he goes into hospital.
That was the Baltimore Super Bowl because then that was Ray Lewis's last year, and they beat New England in New England to go.
No, that was year. Yes.
Isn't that-
Yeah, because Chuck was at Baltimore the year before.
Yes.
Didn't get the Super Bowl because
Bingo.
he was with the Indianapolis Colts. Did get his life saved, though, because we had the bye week. So
Yeah.
a little bit of one of these.
Yeah, what would you trade?
But it was interesting, AJ, because, some of those coaches thought they had a little bit more power than they probably did, right? When the head guy's away,
Mice will play.
How'd it go?
For me, in the coach that I had to deal with,
Yeah.
I was great. I don't know how he was, but I certainly had some interactions with people about how they were acting. You know what I mean? There was some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. But that was an interesting time. Yeah, there were some people that were starting to really start feel themselves, thought they had more power than they did.